Hi, I'm Whitney Espich, the CEO of the MIT Alumni Association, and I hope you enjoy this digital production created for alumni and friends like you.
Good morning, everyone. We have an excellent program of faculty speakers this morning on a topic that could not be more important, so I will not take long. But I do want to offer a few words on the climate issue, and then I'll try to explain something big we have been doing at MIT while you were away. First, the climate. At commencement yesterday, Mike Bloomberg made a dramatic personal financial commitment to climate action. He explained that he's convinced that the climate issue is no longer a scientific or technological problem, but rather a problem of political will. I'm sure he's right about the depth of the political problem. I do not, however, share his confidence that we are ready to solve the problem of sustainable energy at scale. But regardless, we need to be ready with those answers. And that is the central focus of the MIT plan for climate action. And we've been hard at work with Maria's lead on low-carbon solutions since we issued the plan in 2015, although it's clear that we need to intensify our efforts now. So stay tuned. Now for the big thing we have been doing here on campus. Whitney mentioned that a moment ago. In February of this year, we launched this MIT Stephen A. Schwarzman College of Computing. It's a $1.1 billion initiative. By the way, many people tell me, how do you have $1.1 billion for this initiative? The answer is we don't. We fundraise for it. So that's what we're doing. And that initiative will add 50 new faculty, and as Whitney said, represents the largest restructuring of MIT in 70 years. We have a new dean, Dan Huttenlocher, an MIT PhD on AI at MIT, who comes to us fresh from creating Cornell Tech in New York City. And come September, the new college will be open for business. Now, for any university, even for MIT, there is a lot of serious change in a hurry. You definitely would not try to do so much so fast without some very good reasons. So what inspired us? What inspired us to start the new college? Many of you know this better than I do. Artificial intelligence is an enabling technology. I've called it the new math. Others have called it the new electricity. That means it has the power to decisively shape how all of us live and work together. It will help humanity learn more, waste less, work smarter, live longer, and better understand, predict, and make decisions about almost anything that can be measured. As a result, in the not-too-distant future, AI will be a dominant source of new wealth for those companies and nations equipped to make the right commitments now. There are not too many of those. So we should not be surprised if this new source of wealth also becomes a new source of inequality, both between nations and within nations. At the same time, however, the promises and benefits of AI and related technologies clearly come with risks. Threats to privacy, public safety, jobs, security of nations, and more. All of this to say, the opportunities are immense. Very few people are prepared to take advantage of them. And society is simply not equipped with practical strategies for making sure these technologies are responsibly deployed for the common good. So now let me frame this in terms of what we're doing with the MIT Schwarzman College of Computing. Given the power and pervasiveness of AI and related technologies, and given their potent mix of opportunity and threats, I believe, let me emphasize this, I believe that those of us in higher education share a pressing responsibility. We need to reshape our institutions so we can equip our students to shape the future. At MIT, our students have been quietly leading this revolution for some time. Computer science, let me stop here. How many of you are Course 6 alumni? Whoa. Let me be careful what I'm saying now. Computer science has long been our most popular major. And in the last few years, the interest has been explosive. Roughly 40% of our students now major in computer science alone or paired with another discipline. On their own, our students were making sure they graduated ready to bring computing-intensive approaches to fields from molecular biology to economics to urban planning. And by the way, the opportunities to use new computing tools against climate change are tremendous, such as using machine learning to dramatically reduce the uncertainty of climate models, or using AI to build a true smart grid so we can make wind and solar power practical at scale, or putting machine learning into batteries to make them more efficient. Our students are seeing connections like this, and through their CS Plus choices, they are telling us that educational institutions like MIT must deliberately equip tomorrow's leaders to be bilingual in computing and whatever else interests them. Graduates entering every field will need to be fluent in AI strategies to advance their own work. And technologists will also need to be fluent in the cultural values and ethical principles that should ground and govern the use of these tools for the good of all. We aim to equip our students to be leaders in making sure that AI can flourish in and support a society that values individual rights and freedoms. And we want to be actively engaged with how to help workers compete and succeed as AI transforms the very nature of work. In short, we have come to believe that it's time to educate a new generation of technologists in the public interest. But no matter how successful we are in using the MIT Schwarzman College to teach our students, and no matter how bilingual they become, these efforts must be matched by a national effort to sustain our technology leadership. So let me begin to close on that note. The United States is globally engaged in a technological race to the horizon. Other nations have been advancing aggressively to assert technological supremacy in critical fields of science and technology. And they are doing this by pursuing a systematic, long-term, highly funded national strategy. I believe that America needs to respond urgently and deliberately to the scale and intensity of this challenge. If we do not, we should expect that in fields from personal communications to business, health, and security, the US will stop being the world's most advanced technological nation and the source of the most cutting-edge technological products in not much more than a decade. This scenario is not inevitable. The US has exceptional assets, including the immense global strength of our technology sector today. This is the result, in part, of a unique formula that no other country has been able to copy. The large number of first-rate American universities pursuing advanced research with long-term federal support. This relationship is rooted in a national culture of opportunity and entrepreneurship. It is inspired by an atmosphere of intellectual freedom. It is supported by the rule of law. And most importantly, it enables new creative heights by uniting brilliant talent from every sector of society and every corner of the world. For decades, these factors have helped make this nation the most powerful scientific and technological engine on earth. If we want to secure the nation's future and its technological preeminence, we need a highly visible, focused, sustained federal effort to fund R&D in key science and technology areas. And we need incentives to make sure universities, industry, and government are working together to capitalize on them. In the coming decades, it will feel as though opportunities, disruptions, and progress of the Industrial Revolution are playing out at time-lapse speed. Responding to the magnitude of this challenge will require a strategic effort across society. Whichever nation acts now to shape the future of AI will shape the future for us all. I want to leave you with this thought. 3 years ago, as Whitney reminded us, we launched the public phase of the MIT campaign for a better world. To date, the campaign has raised almost $5.2 billion, or 86% of our new goal of $6 billion. And we have reached that remarkable amount by inspiring contributions, a few large and many small, from more than 100,000 individuals and organizations. I expect, as Whitney mentioned, that number may include many of you in this room, and for that, I sincerely thank you. And I hope it may eventually include all of you, because we simply cannot do what you count on us to do without the bedrock support of the people who best understand MIT's potential to help make a better world. And that means you. With that, thank you, and I wish you a wonderful reunion weekend. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. And for more information on how to connect with the MIT Alumni Association, please visit our website.